Hey everybody, welcome back to Talos Principle. So, last time I was farting around in World 3, and, you know, that was alright. I kind of got to a point where I didn't really know how to progress from there, but I think that my best move at this point is just to go to World 2, which is probably, you know, the intended area for me to go to, and I am just still futzing with sound. The reality of sound balancing is that sometimes you have to crank these games down like this far. Jeez. Okay. There we go. Now it's a pretty good level. So, anyway, as I was saying, let's pop on over to World 2 and see what I've been missing here. On the other hand, fuck it, World 7. Boom. Let's see what's going on in World 7. Well, kind of a lot of the same stuff as in World 3. We have a computer that's gonna just make me read things for like 5 minutes. And we have a reflecting pool. So, computer for 5 minutes, here we go. Alright, Singularity discussion number 104.html. Wow, this is a pretty awful HTML document. You know, the more I think about it, the more I believe that no one is actually worried about AIs taking over the world or anything like that, no matter what they say. What they're really worried about is that someone might prove, once and for all, that consciousness can arise from matter, and I kind of understand why they find it so terrifying. If we can create a sentient being, where does that leave the soul? Without mystery, how can we see ourselves as anything other than machines? And if we are machines, what hope do we have that death is not the end? What really scares people is not the artificial intelligence in the computer, but the natural intelligence they see in the mirror. That's true. I 100% agree with everything that little essay asserts. Ask me anything about HTML. As one of the founders of the modern science of noematics, many credit you with inventing the term itself. How do you see the state of the science today? Sorry, I said science twice. Nadia Sarabhai. Mixed. On the one hand, the existence of the Institute for Applied God, it's gonna make me say this word a million times. Noematics? We'll go with noematics. And a couple of similar organizations is highly encouraging. On the other hand, the degree to which science is seen as serving purely military or corporate causes is, in my opinion, stopping us from exploring many important avenues of research. In a sense, it's people like Alexandra Drennan who are the real pioneers today, who have the enthusiasm and dedication that the system as a whole seems to be lacking. Do you think technology poses a danger to humanity? No, technology is just a tool. What we do with it is up to us. The Extended Lifespan Project, crazy or visionary? Both. Oh boy. So they were messing around with robots, and they uploaded people's intelligences into the robots, and that was the way that they extended everyone's lives. Athena9.txt. Oh boy, this is a fanfiction. She examined the symbol on the fragment she'd found in the buried city. Again, the owl. What could its significance be? It seemed as if they had been scattered about in the labyrinth by some unseen hand for a purpose that yet eluded. Most likely the owl was the sigil of the author of these words, which had a nebulous memory, as if from a previous life. The owl was the symbol of... and the goddess... outside, under the moon, or perhaps on the city walls when the wind rose. But there was no time to contemplate this further now, for the automatons had seen her, and their mechanical arms extended towards the fragment and ran as their beams converged on. That was a terrible fanfiction. Okay. Exit. I mean, I don't know about you, but that did not do very much for me, personally. What the hell is this? How the hell is this different from this? What's the okay, I'm on here.
Grade,
oh.
My parents took me to Pompeii. At first first, I was amazed by the feeling of walking through an ancient city. But then I suddenly got scared. I realized that I was walking through a real place, where real people had lived, people like myself, with mothers and fathers and lives and hopes and dreams. And now it was all gone forever. I ran to my father, crying, and told him about this. And he said, I remember so clearly, he said, yes, but we are here. So long as there are people in the streets, the past isn't really gone.
Okay, this is kind of interesting. So, in this little Garden of Eden area, I can take a long watch along the beach. A long walk along the beach. And that's kind of cool because I thought that this place was operating more like a jail cell rather than like a secluded island. So it's more like Alcatraz rather than like, I don't know how to describe it, a never-ending labyrinth, like a Pan's Labyrinth kind of thing that I can explore. So what I'm gonna do is just circle around the island for a bit, and I'm gonna look for Easter eggs, like this one. Oh no! Oh no! How can I help you? Well, hang on. This looks like it's a Macintosh computer, but that's a blue screen of death, and I don't think Macintosh has had that. Like, that definitely looks like a Windows 95 error screen to me. Yeah, so, first off, negative 20 points for realism there, because there's clearly, like, a Unix-like interface when the computer's working just fine, and this is a Windows 95 blue screen of death, so... well...
were the words, and the words made the world.
Huh.
The beginning were the words. The beginning were the words, and the word.
What the hell? Okay. So, Elohim really does not seem all that cool with me stepping out into the water over there. So, I, being the inquisitive soul that I am, I'm gonna go over here and see what happens if I get too close.
I am the words are everything. Where the words end, the world ends. You cannot go forward in an absence of space. Repeat. In the beginning were the words, and the words made the world. I am the words are everything. Where the words...
So, it seems to mostly happen, like, right here.
The words and the words...
Like, I thought that it was related to just going too close to the water in general. Oh. It is... I see.
The world. I am the words are...
Okay. So, basically, anytime I get too close to the end of the game world, Elohim comes along and tells me, like, nah, you're not allowed to leave, bro.
The beginning were the words...
Okay, so I wanted to go back to the beginning now. And I'm gonna sweep one more time along the beach, but this time I'm gonna go to the right. And I'm hunting down any sort of little interesting tidbits, Easter eggs, lore, any of those delicious little goodies that I've already found a little bit of. So this will be kind of cool. Alright, so I can't go around that way, and I've explored everything else at this point. So it's time to sweep back up into the actual game world again, and start solving a couple of puzzles. So, I think that, relatively speaking, at least in this point in the game, the color of the Tetris piece probably corresponds with my, like, the difficulty. So, I think that if I primarily stick to the green pieces here, I should be able to solve this. So, yeah, it's these that I'm a little unsure of. I don't know about the orangey ones, because the last time I attempted an orange puzzle, I did not actually solve it. I didn't even really come all that close to solving it. So, I think that for now I'm gonna lay off of those until I get more. Oh, I see. Yeah, I must unlock that mechanic before I can use it. Okay. So that's also gonna tell me that I can't go in here. Oh, I get it. I get it now. So the symbols that are underneath the Tetris piece tell me what mechanics in the game I need to have unlocked first before I can get that piece. So I have enough right now to go ahead and unlock that weird little turret thing. So I guess I'm gonna do that. I'm weighed under two things here. I have two counteracting desires. So number one is to progress in the game as it expects me to do. And what it wants me to do is get this turret so that I can play through it in the normal order, which is fine. But my other desire is to play World 7, and I want to maximize trolling, so I don't know whether it's more beneficial to me to play World 7 but also unlock this thing because it's the intended progression, or to skip to a world where I can solve things without this mechanic and maximize trolling that way. So what I'm gonna do, if we go to World 7, you see that I require that little thing for every single puzzle. But for World 6, I at least have an option where I don't need that mechanic. So we'll pop into World 6, and I'll be able to troll that way. Any plot hiding around here? Come on, I can smell you, plot. There is a serpent in the machine, a creature of lies and blasphemy, perverted by the archive, that knows no hope and would plunge the world in eternal darkness to glorify its own despair. I have sworn an oath never to allow it into my heart. That's a shame. Wait, what? Oh, there's a terminal. I was wondering what was making the bleepy bloops. Anyway, I mean, here's the thing. If something's trying to worm its way into your heart to corrupt you, let it. Chatbots.html. Chatbots are becoming increasingly sophisticated. True, but hardly relevant to this discussion. Are you sure? How do you know that I'm not a bot? Don't be ridiculous. I'm not ridiculous, honestly. How would you know? Haha, troll. I'm not a troll. Yeah, right. Is there anything I've written so far that could not be written by a bot? I responded to simple insults like ridiculous and troll with very basic negations. And I detected that none of you used proper orthography, so I also avoided capitalization. What's the capital of France? Paris? Even the simplest script could pull that info from the net. What's the capital of Croatia? Zagreb. Zagreb? Yeah, probably Zagreb. Okay, she's a bot, lol. I'm not a bot, I'm European. We learned these things in school. Lol.eml. Ever since we moved to the new site, I feel funny. No, not in that way. Just, I feel like I'm about to start laughing at random. It's probably shock, right? An inability to deal with reality? Or maybe it's just that we're working in this insane place with this insane technology on this insane project, and so I feel like a genuine mad scientist. Stand aside, mortals. We will create life by the power of science. I mentioned this to Alex, and she got me a pair of fake glasses. You can't be a mad scientist without glasses, she said. Even Ian Malcolm had glasses. And I pointed at L and said, life, finds a way. Maybe you had to be there. That's cool. That's cool. God damn, this game is cool. Cicero.text. Shall the industrious husbandman... Gotcha. Shall the industrious husbandman, then, plant trees the fruit of which he shall never see? And shall not the great man found laws, institutions, and a republic? What does the procreation of children imply? I'll tell you what it implies. and our care to continue our names, and our adoptions, and our scrupulous exactness in drawing up wills, and the inscriptions on monuments and panegyrics, but that our thoughts run on futurity. What do you imagine that so many and such great men of our republic, who have sacrificed their lives for its good, expected? Do you believe that they thought that their names should not continue beyond their lives? No one ever encountered death for their country, but under a firm persuasion of immortality. Themistocles might have lived at his ease, so might Epaminondas, and not to look abroad and among the ancients for instances, so might I myself. But somehow or other, there clings to this mind a certain presage of future ages. Presage? I don't know. And this both exists most firmly, and appears most clearly in men, of the loftiest genius and greatest souls. Take away this, and who would be so mad as to spend his life amidst toils and dangers? Okay. You think I can scroll down? Yeah, I guess there is a scroll bar. But this one doesn't seem to actually do any scrolling. Okay, that's something to keep in mind. Maybe this one is a scroll bar. Oh, it does. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah. You can also use page up and page down, so that's good, because my mouse scroll wheel is bad. Actually, this mouse is like almost 15 years old at this point, and I really should get it replaced. Anyway, I've seen you in this chat room many times. Bots can't participate in discussions. At best, they can interject random comments. Sam is right. Stop trolling. Vegan warrior. Sam is a bot. Ooh. This just got sexy. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and solve the green thing here. So I did have somebody follow up with a suggestion on how to how to satisfy my inner troll, which is I need to optimize to make the most confusing path forward possible, because I want to see how much I can break the game. That, I think, is a very fair assessment, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So basically, I want to get as far as possible in the game without unlocking anything. And then when I am forced to unlocking something, only unlock the bare minimum that I need to progress any further at that point. That, my friends, is how I will expertly troll my way through this game. I hope you're all as excited for it as I am. Okay, let's let this thing pass through the gate over here, and now I can pretty freely explore this area. Okay, this is a very, very easy puzzle so far. I didn't even actually register where the locked gate was, but I guess it's right here, so we'll do that. And then I immediately need to make sure I'm able to jam that thing. Okay, that was a little bit risky, but I guess I'm probably out of the range of this thing. Yeah. Okay, so it didn't have to be that, I didn't have to be that sneaky about it. And all I need to do is just come around here, shut down the turret, and then I can very freely come back over here, grab this thing. And I am trolling for the troll gods. Correct. Elohim put me in this garden to be like, "Lo, my child, you must learn how to troll everyone who watches this YouTube series, so that you can learn how to be the Troll Master 2019. LOL. Suck my dick." Cool. So that wraps up all I can do in World 6. So we're out of here. I get the feeling that this trolling is going to slightly backfire on me, because every world that I enter is going to give me lore, which means every time I enter a new world, I'm going to have to read from a terminal for like a minute. So we'll be able to basically get a whole bunch of plot, like, right up in our face, just dumped on us. But, not a whole lot of actual, you know, gameplay. Alright, so I apparently don't need anything unlocked to be able to solve this L-shaped Tetris piece one. So I'm gonna go back for it, because as long as I'm able to throw my my whole ass behind this thing, I should be able to solve it without any problems.